Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jam Plays Daily Valhalla, December 29th. We're in the home stretch, chat. We're in the home stretch. But probably not fast enough for Jill, because rent is due on the 30th with $10,000. Now, we have 8801 right now, so barring that we have a normal day with no mistakes, we should be able to pay the debt, so. Which is good, because otherwise we'd actually get the bad ending. There is actually a bad ending in this game. Well, bad in quotation mark, it's more of just an unfortunate ending, but even then it's not... Even then this game is chill enough that it's not horrible, but... I'll leave that to you figuring out for yourselves, but... Here is... No, Jill is speaking a lot of Kira Miki. Buying one of her posters will prevent her from getting too distracted. I'm sure it will, but anyways. Wait, how much is the Kira Miki poster? Whew. Do we risk it? Also, does that poster up there say Nuclear Land? I just now noticed that. You know what? We're gonna be bold. You've been having a lot of talks with that Alma girl. Jealous. Okay, so now we're at 8501, so if we're $300, if we're any amount close to $300 short, that's gonna be awfully embarrassing for me. Also, again, like I mentioned before, the screensaver of Boss and Jill is very interesting. Is that like a cape that Boss is wearing around her? Surviving in Glitch City. Any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land? Oh boy. Self-appreciating Fred? Don't trust in white nights and don't go out after 5 PM unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Well, that's interesting given that Jill seems to go out exclusively at night. Bring a portable chair everywhere. You'll have to line up for flour, lol. Get used to eat what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. Been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Goodness, goodness, I know this is like a dystopian future, but they really have gone to crap. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city soon. Lol, soon. We won't even be able to escape. Can I get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Actual drug exchange on Reddit. Let's go. This thread is closed. Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned it into Glitch City. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City by Lana Smith. The British trade... Again, so are they British or are they American? This one just straight up says British. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and a weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. To be fair though, it might not... That doesn't mean Glitch City itself is British, it just means that the company is. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact on our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, augmented eye. Well, not everyone works for the BTC, Jill. Although, from what it sounds like in this dystopian culture, a distressing number 2. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. I like to say that we have this freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty could face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Gods be praised, first silly law I'm all in for. I like how all these laws are viewed as like horrible and dystopian, and then the socks and sandals laws here, and everybody's just like, yeah, okay, I can live with that. Birth rates decrease as the youth prefers Lilim Company. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke, but the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become increasingly popular among Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Annie Mae, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. Just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. Expecting that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. Being only with Lilim can be tiring, though. I mean, sex bot Lilim's aside, the idea of birth rates decreasing because we're all spending more time in the digital world is not entirely inaccurate. Just saying. Alright. Off to work we go. December 29th. Evening. Hey. Okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. So, I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as the official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe that the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. Didn't Jill have to man it by herself at one point? I'm pretty sure that happened for a bit of one day. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me that list. I'll be back sometime. From what I grasp, the bar's only open at night. I don't get why Dana or Gil can't do this during off hours. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his. A girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming to him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backward, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Dana... Wingman confirmed? Alright. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. Also, I like how there's never an explanation in this game as to what precisely Dana does in her office. As for me... So we're getting towards the end of the game. Let's add some of the classic hits. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gill of a crush. Huh. This place, great. Oh, if it isn't... Oh, Kiramiki's back. Conveniently, I just bought her poster today. Hey, Jill. Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Oh no. Boss, stalked woman incoming. The door's open. Go ahead, the door to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? You might be able to say, what the dog doing? Oh my gosh, it's Mr. Donovan. Now where did she... Oh, the hellhole, perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh. He remembered me after 2 weeks. His usual is a big beer. It's been a while since we saw Donovan D. Dawson, isn't it? Because he showed up like a ton right at the beginning. Here. This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound so rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that'll over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls, in the non-pleasant way. Zabatsu Corp and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to find you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. We getting into like state-controlled media and like late-stage capitalism theory and stuff. Huh. Again, Donovan D. Dawson is like a terrible human in every way, but he also for some reason has the most interesting conversations in this game too. Some of them, like... Because there's a lot of stuff where it's like, he's a jerk, but he's not entirely wrong. Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. Last week they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Los Pollos Hermanos? Huh. Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have the BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. No news outlet talks about that. Alright kid, let's try a moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. I think that's the first time he's ordered something that is not a spear. Not that I care, because we can still double it. I do not know if doubling drinks actually will make you more money in the long run or not. That's just always been my assumption, because they'll usually a higher price will be charged on the total sales up here. Here. Now, let's see what the ruckus is about. So... what brought you here? Oh, right. Didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tit. Also, didn't he personally interview Kira Miki like a few weeks ago when she was in town for the original concert? And now he's harassing her? Like, what? Alright. Like that guy who got John Lennon's autograph before he shot him. Spoilers if you haven't caught up to the latest season of the Beatles lore. He's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. Well, right to the point. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also, hot ass and tits. Ugh. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those king-class Chia models are. Personally. Well, I feel gross now. So you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one. I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Oh, I didn't almost slap him earlier? Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. Again, I feel very gross. Once again, I hate that this guy makes good points occasionally because he is a horrible human being. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Let's just give him a pile driver, literally. Chat, question of the day. How would you pronounce this drink? Because for some reason my brain always says flame grenade, which obviously that isn't it, but would it be Flannerguide, or... I guess for the red one too, because this one's Bronson extract, this is powder delta, this is Karmatrine, that's, what, Adelhyde I guess, or Adelhyde? Flannerguide? I don't know. Share your thoughts on how you think it should be pronounced. Again, this game doesn't have any voice acting, so... hard to really prove that one way or the other. Here. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. I would give him a lot more leeway before I said that. What if he just turns around like, hey, I forgot my wallet? No! Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video. Also, of all the Lilum we've seen, why is, Kiramiki the only one who looked... I mean, Dio looks robot-like too, I guess, but why is she the only one like her arms, like, clearly drilled into her body? Dorothy is the one that looks the most human of the bunch. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. And yet you don't have the time to update your blog more than once in the past 2 weeks. How nice of you. It's nothing, really. And she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. And by sweet, you mean optional karma tree, I take it. Here. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Feels like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like you'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys and I'm already committed to a relationship. Figure. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss the rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while. The one that you ran out on? Hello? Really? We're both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. I asked her when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love in the world. Oh right, there was an entry like that. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, it wouldn't hurt to try. I feel like that's gonna lead to all sorts of TMZ-esque scandals, but it's your life, I guess. How nice. He can stick in the mud where we're planning to be, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I just realized one of those fans is streaming, Chan. Because I was thinking, Say never talked about it, Stella did, but I was, oh yeah, the everyone's streaming, Chan. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and even more pretentious image to me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but a few things I've heard are really good. And, not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. Kinda how I feel about, Billie Eilish. Don't like her music, but she did an entire Wired interview where she talked about poops, so I'm a ride or die fan now. That's just how it works. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. I mean, tea's a little bit like tea. And also, apparently it counts as alcohol, as we've learned. Here. Perfect. Hey, you're King Class Chia, right? That I am. Can I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72? Which I believe is Dorothy's model, if I'm remembering the dialogue correctly. We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that or the resilience of the DT-101Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. I like how they're talking about their own flesh and blood like it's like models of car. Like, I get more torque than the Chevy Camaro, but I don't compare to like the raw 0 to 60 speed of the Ford Mustang, Joe. Also rip the Chevy Camaro, it was discontinued recently, I believe. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. Trade-off for the functionality and power for appearance, you could say. So you're kind of destined to be certain things as a Lilum based on what model you happen to be. I mean, I guess that's not wholly unlike humans. Obviously, people who have more genetics to be stronger are going to be more likely to be athletes, I guess. But it's weird to think about, like, they planned this stuff into Lilum. Like, all right, well, we're gonna make them have separate, completely different strengths and weaknesses, just like humans for some reason. This will be grossly more expensive than just making one default model, but you know what? Ah, I see. Hey Joe, will you go to my next concert? I heard every ticket was sold out. Never mind how expensive they are. As someone who recently bought concert tickets, I can attest to both facts. So I guess that's a no. Sorry. Now you will. Here. Is this? It's a ticket for my encore concert. Sorry it's not a better seat, but I only get so many free tickets. No, I mean, this is amazing! I don't know if I could accept it, though. You will. It even has a backstage pass so we can talk off afterward. You'll tell me how it was. Man, Jill's made some very powerful friends over the course of this game. Not only is she friends with Stella, who's loaded, she's apparently also friends with a celebrity now. You know, aside from Lenore dying, I guess, things are turning up Millhouse. All joking aside, this is a very sweet moment of the game. Why give it to me? I don't know. I like you. You're attentive and hear me out. That behavior should be rewarded more. Well, thanks. God, it feels so weird to get a gift. And from a celebrity, no less. Don't think too much about it. You deserve this. Well, I guess I can understand how you feel about receiving gifts. I usually get quite a few from fans, but it always feels so weird. I don't like feeling as though I get something for free. Luckily, I thought of a way not feeling so bad about it. How? Just give it my all and see. They gave me those gifts to me after watching you perform. It's only natural for me to do my best and give it my all as a way to pay them. I should, give it my all mixing drinks then? Of course. I see. Well, I've gotta go. But let's have a Sparkle Star first. Alright. Ooh, we can also load this one with optional Karmatrine. And load it we shall. Because why not? Here. Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. She must have drank that fast. Like, she's drank. Like, I don't think the bar serves to-go drinks, and she's already immediately leaving, so she just chucked that back like one go. Which, given how strong it was, is quite amazing. Please come again. Please. Oh, sorry. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. Alright. Well, I'm gonna click load instead of save. Saving a separate thing for room and break right now, so as not to repeat the sins of yesterday's recording. And it's now safe to keep playing. Note to self, buy oil for that door. Alright then. Gil is just here. Gil, you're in my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Gil be a little bit distracted today. Right. Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. There we go. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's a pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. He even cleans the chicken buckets! If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of White Knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Apple made the White Knight's tech? Oh my goodness! What a revelation! Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when lynchings went on. Any White Knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. Oh my gosh, can you imagine that terror where you're running away from a group of an angry mob and all of a sudden you can't move? Literal nightmare fuel. So, between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many White Knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and make us take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days. Can anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's a new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just opened for many, so I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks, I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point where they looked like a squad of Henshin heroes. Hen what? Stella's awfully, shy about this. They looked really gaudy. What is a Henshin hero? But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. The say that they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds. Oh, sorry, Chad, a yawn came on. When dealing with drunk people and all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. But why male models? Here's a freebie. A fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even the Batsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize the Batsu Corp because, let's face it, they are far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. I would argue greed is evil to a certain extent. I mean, it's literally one of the 7 deadly sins. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. Yeah. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or like, those are dystopias of their own. Again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind the Batsu Corp chose. He makes a fool of himself and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that the Batsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, and what? Jill is still hung up on this. Can I get a Brantini here, please? Sure. Is that code for Jill, shut up? Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well... I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki concert, encore concert. Nice. Oh right, as it turns out she was just here. Stella just misses her again. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I feel like I could say that more Southern woman. I cannot believe I just missed her. There we go. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I know, she even got me a ticket for the concert. She what? I had to twist some arms to get tickets for the encore concert. Not only did you get them for free, the idol herself gave them to you? Do you have any idea how jealous I am right now? It'll be interesting. You're gonna enjoy the hell out of it, trust me. This will be my first live concert of her, but I've seen every other concert of hers on video. They all have such a magical aura to them. Everyone says they have to be seen to be believed. You really like her music, huh? It makes me happy. What can I say? I love listening to it when I'm feeling down. Hell, it even helped me when I was worried sick about stay at the bank. It made me forget all my worries, even if for a while. Huh, I see. Say, Jill, you want to come to the concert with us? Us? I invited Say because I managed to get 2 tickets. You want to come with us both? I'd love to. I didn't want to go by myself, but are you okay with that? I don't want to be a burden. Of course, the more the merrier. Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Jill has officially made new friends. Let's go. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. No one else... Wow, wow, look at that rich woman with red-haired cat ears. Wasn't there another rich woman with red-haired cat ears? Nah, it's not the same person. Clearly not. This one's wearing a cap. Nah, but all joking aside, though, you would be surprised how much stuff changes. I remember reading something like, for one of the Superman movies, Henry Cavill was in Times Square advertising the movie to see if people would recognize him. He was just advertising pretending to be a fan and nobody recognized him. So, yeah. Because I remember people were joking like, oh, so now I see why people don't recognize Clark Kent when he wears the glasses. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with stay in her rooms. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. Nothing says classic like frothy water. Am I right, guys? The concept of frothy water just sounds disgusting. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've lived with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. Wow, that was a waste of an engineering degree. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. Of course, Jill the nerd is still thinking about the tech. Classic. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but... well, that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal, let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. Again, very true. All that power makes you finger above every law there is. And this city's what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Alright then! Good to know. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma. No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greetings stop, then saying please and thanks stop, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. She walked through a different area. She walked in the other direction, so is she like looping around the back and walking around the physical store to go back in? If so, I want to see that. That is a hilarious mental image. Oh no, she just came back in. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight jury, while I pondered weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Classic nerd Jill knowing Edgar Allan Poe. Ignore the fact that I'm an English major who also knows Edgar Allan Poe. You overdid it. You totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender, I did not. So, you like poetry? I had a phase. What would a poetry phase even look like? Can I get you something? Start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure. Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadow Master 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I meet great change, thanks to an old man. Oh god, almost found Jill's Tumblr account. Jill's gotta move now. There's no other explanation. She's gotta move, because next she's gotta find the AO free account, and then then the MySpace account is just gonna all be over. Jill, run while you can. My biology teacher told me that I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. I read this line out loud with the fake Alma voice, but what I should have been doing, I guess, is an Okaroon impression from Dan Da Dan. I could actually picture him saying that. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity, Messiah say. Also, again, in case I didn't state this enough, Jill is a nerd. Well, your injuries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on, why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog! No evidence should be left! I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that all have that stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Do you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. Not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Tatsuno, I gave up on that whole occult stuff. Just that remembering all of that stuff is... I mean, almost acting like Jill's overreacting here, but I think if any of us had, like, weird stuff we wrote about in middle school, talked about by someone who wasn't around for that stuff, randomly unprompted, I think we would all freak out, probably even worse. I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black, with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Your Honor, my client was simply bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. You know, like friends do. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. Just used a search engine, you know. I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. We're obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school. Still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. Oh, I thought it was just about 6'9" the rapper. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? I mean, Alma, I didn't know what a 69 was at age 12, but... You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. A sugar rush? Are they trendy now or something? Jill, everybody has been ordering excessive sugar rushes from the beginning of the game. As usual, we pump it with the maximum karmatrine and double it for good measure. Because that's just sort of the theme I've just decided to be doing for the end of these streams. Well, these recordings even. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug for my past, I've earned the right to dig for yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I had about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight, and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. Start to a friendly hit, and before you know it... Wasn't that an entire plot of a Friends episode? The genders were reversed, but yeah. Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well, we had awesome chemistry, I truly loved him. As time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe maybe he changed his mind. As much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. At one point I just had to break up with him. I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure. Well, that was depressing. What am I missing? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for telling me of that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest, but I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, in honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I'll gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. My favorite Food Network show. The internet has long replaced any sort of cable television, and stuff is streamed directly in our brains, but Food Network still exists for some reason. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Yeah, so Alma just straight up has robot hands so she can hack faster now. Oh. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. I move my index finger and it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How'd your family take this operation? They took it well enough. Except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment, and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. As I heard, they were compatible, and the family agreed to the donation. Aww. Organ donating while alive. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. You know, I just said organ donating while alive is weird, but then I just remembered, oh right, kidney donations exist. Hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. I'm just imagining Alma's mom just like breaking down that woman's door going, "Where are they?" Like Batman style. So, are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. No, you don't. Yeah, why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it. Surprise! Hey Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey. Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death. I can act it out as a collective hive mind for residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in the body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. It's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems. Here Miki just passed him like the fattest blunt on her way out. He's high as a kite right now. I mean, to be honest, Gil kinda does look a little bit like he'd be a pothead. Not entirely unfounded theory. You think? Might have been while he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am, yeah, why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? My goodness, Dana! I completely forgot about this line. Dang! Right for the jugular, my goodness! Ouch! I don't even have... I'm a dude with no twin tails, and even I felt the sting of that one. 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, it just so happens to use fights as an expression. You know, that is something that did make me... I don't watch wrestling, to be clear, I've never watched wrestling, but it makes me, like, understand the appeal a little more, why people watch wrestling, because it is sort of like live theater. It's more interesting when you think of it less as a sport and more as like a stunt show. Like you would see someone's like doing motorcycle stunts, because from what I can grasp, all those WWE guys are doing those stunts on stage in real time, so... It's essentially like that, like a play, like a stunt performance, etc. So, just cosplaying as a sport, too. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. I think I just gave the Alma voice to Dana for a brief period. I am tired. Yeah, like Dana said, unique form of theater, I guess. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling, so now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Why not break Jill's back? Also, you humbled her pretty darn quickly with the Twin Tails argument. Oh well. Wait, what? Come here, fuckboy. Fuck what? I like how this game does like the old Hanna-Barbera smashing effect where instead of actually animating the person getting like whacking against something, they just shake the screen. Yeah, look up like old Scooby-Doo. You'll notice if they ever slam into a door on the ground, they don't actually like squash and stretch. They just take the frame and they just shake it around on screen to save money. It's a funny and a cool effect. 8th grade what? Yay, we made enough money! More than enough, actually. We did not have to worry about that poster in the slightest. Who thought we'd have a bona fide idol in the bar? I mean, we had one earlier, so I mean... Alright then. Well, that was a long stream. Well, long recording, longer than usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it got you through like the post-holiday doldrums and all that, so... But until tomorrow, you guys take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!